Hi everyone, it's good to be with you again. It's Richard and back once more, and today we're going to be doing a double whammy where I'm going to do an RTA and also an RDA. I got the RDA here on my Snow Wolf and the RTA, the tank, on my SX Mini. In fact, you know, these guys, they sent me 3 items all together in total. I've got a tank here, which I'm going to do at a later date because otherwise this video is going to be too stretchy. It's going to bore you, put you to sleep. We're going to do 2 instead. So let's go ahead and check out the Mad Hatter Mini RDA and also the Ωega tank, the RTA by Advken. Yeah, so this was sent to me via a local vape store because, you know, somehow they didn't have my mailing address. Got it on my intro and outro there. Anyway, I met the guys from Advken when they were here in Kuala Lumpur for the Vape Expo, you know, quite some time back. Nice bunch of people. So when I say quite some time back, you know how long this has been released, and the guys kept it and hasn't, you know, passed it to me until recently. So anyway, late is better than never, like they say. I'm going to be reviewing these 2. Like I said, this one I'm going to just put aside, okay? We'll go into the close-ups shortly, and we'll do the Mad Hatter RDA first, and then after that we move on to the Ωega RTA, the tank, okay? That Mad Hatter is really nice. I've got it here on my Snow Wolf. In fact, both the tanks are really nice. Just a couple of 1 or 2 issues, not really big, but minor issues. The Mad Hatter, the dripper, what I really like most is the way, you know, the cap pops up, flip top, and you just put in your juice, starts dripping, and it's so easy. Initially I thought it was a little bit gimmicky with this flip top cap, but after using it for a while, it's quite practical and quite easy. You know, you don't have to pull out the whole cap and all that. You just flip it open and drip it, and that's it. And it vapes pretty well. Let me just show you. It chucks quite a bit, and I think I've got a parallel coil, dual parallel coil in here coming up to 0.47. I'm vaping it at 40 watts. Flavor is good, vapor is also good, and I think you can get this from a local vape store here called Steam Studio, but in any case I'm going to put all the links in the description box, how much is it and things like that, alright? This is the Mad Hatter RTA. I've also enjoyed using the Ωega tank, the RTA. Let me just take a vape and show you. Chucks as well, and you get really amazing flavors from this. Very good. You know, what I'm going to do right now is get straight into the close-ups and just let you have a good look at it one at a time, and then come back, we'll vape some more, we'll talk some more. Somebody at the door, I've got to get it now. I think it's a vape meal. I'll catch you in a bit. The Mad Hatter Mini, as we have here, and a quick unboxing here. Mad Hatter Mini, that's what it says here. Skull, we're wearing a top hat, a picture of it. Advken logo, stainless steel marked out here, so that's the device that's inside with a red stripe going across. Nothing at the sides except for the red stripe. QR code, Advken logo, scratch and check authenticity sticker, and underneath you've got Mad Hatter Mini marked out here, warning, and a little tagline here that says start vaping, no smoking, 18 years and over only, underage sale prohibited. So that's it for the box. Lift up the cover and you have a polishing cloth inside in case you want to polish your device or anything like that, and also a card here, which is not a warranty card actually. Advken logo here underneath. It's product features that's written about the device, Mad Hatter Mini, and you have the device and also a bag of spares here. Allen key. They've got a spare screw here, a grub screw here for the hinge, as you can see, in case that grub screw snaps or anything like that, you could replace it. So we're going to put the spares aside, O-rings and things like that. Okay, and the device here in stainless steel. This is the Mad Hatter Mini. You've got the logo here, laser etched on it. Very nice. And right on top you've got a Delrin drip tip, which you can take off, held on by 2 O-rings. Flanges at the sides to dissipate heat, and the way it's shaped up there, you've got your drip tip, and then it flushes out here to a bigger diameter, and then you have the flange, which makes the whole entire drip tip looks really cool. Yeah, you've got your Cyclops or Cyclone air holes at the bottom here, both sides, 2. You've got 3 actually, so this allows you single and dual coil options. All right, and it measures 2 millimeters by 6.5 millimeters in length. And you've got your logo here, laser etched on the body, the skull with a top hat. Yeah, very nice. Underneath, of course, you've got more engravings, Mad Hatter and your serial number. Mad Hatter Mini, designed in USA, made by Advken. That's what it says at the bottom. You've got a copper 510 pin, and you can use this in your hybrid mod. Okay, you can use it in hybrid mode like that. The reason why I say you can use it in hybrid mode, because there's a little protrusion with a 510, and this is how you actually check if you want to use it with hybrid mods. Okay, make sure that you have the 510 copper pin here protruding out a little bit, okay, so that your 510 contact on your mod doesn't touch the side here, otherwise it'll cause a short. Okay, as you can see, there's a bit of protrusion there. So with that, which means you can actually use it with your hybrid mod. So how you work it is, just see this arrow here, that's to indicate where you put your thumb, and you push and the cap comes off. It's held on by an O-ring, so it keeps it nice and snug. Push and it goes in again, it clips. Okay, and you have your spit back protection here, honeycomb spit back protection, and this really works very well. I've never had any spit back from this as well, so it's beautiful. And the way I see it, it also helps to harness the flavor, giving you very, very good flavor. And that's made of stainless steel, the entire body. Just lift it and the cap comes off. It can become a little loose, rather, because once you start vaping, you've got juice, you know, condensation dripping down, so this can open up easily. But again, because you just open up the top cap to drip, you don't have to pull out the whole entire, you know, sleeve and all that, so it's no issues at all. All right, this is very, very well built. That's the stainless steel there, very well built. Opening up the cap, as you can see inside, that's how it looks on the inside. Very thick stainless steel walls, nice. All right, so at the top here you have got your air holes. Let me just show you the black one, it's easier without my coils. All right, so this is the black version. I'm going to put that aside. The black version looks really cool as well, so that's how it looks. Also laser etched with the skull logo underneath. It's the same. You've got a copper pin, and you can see that little slight protrusion. That means you can use it with a hybrid mod. Take off the top cap. Inside the black version, that's how it looks. I think it's copper, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it looks more like copper inside. Yeah, so that's copper top cap for you. 2 O-rings to hold it down. You've got your Cyclops style air holes on both sides, and this allows you single or dual coils. Okay, this is for single coil. If you want to do a single coil, just close it on this one particular one, and the other side is closed off. See, the rest is all closed off. So dual coil, just push it in and open. Yeah, those are your airflow. All right, so in there you have your grub screws there, 3 posts, 2 negative mill down to the deck. The center post is round at the top and it squares down at the bottom with a peak insulator. This prevents what I call post spin, and that's your post holes, which is pretty large, and it's all across, going all across and not round, so you can put some thick wires in there. All right, both sides. And you've got your drip well in there, 3 millimeters in depth, the drip well, and it's like kidney shaped like that. So it's quite nice actually. Once you have your wire there, you just tuck your so-called cotton in there like that. And if you look deeper inside, there's a cutout here, deeper well at the sides here. Okay, so juice goes in here, gets collected here, and that's where your cotton sits, and it soaks up and keeps your cotton saturated very well. Airflow going from this at the side, come up from the bottom underneath your coils and cool down your coil. So basically that's it. That's the Mad Hatter Mini RDA for you. And just close it back, line up the air holes, and you're good to go. Drip, great stuff, right? So that's the Mad Hatter Mini RDA. And now it's time for the Ωega RTA from Advken, exact same box that it comes in. Bag of spares, which I've actually opened up because I actually tore the what I call O-ring, as you can see here, for the airflow control, which we'll come to afterwards. But in there you've got your blue screwdriver, you've got purple O-rings, red O-rings, black O-rings, and also pre-made coils, and you've got your Phillip head screws there in case you want to change out to Phillip head screws. Spare Pyrex glass tank in case you crack the tank inside, and here is the device. I'm going to put the box aside and taking a look all around. You see a lot of knurlings, a lot of grooves here. All this is to help you get a good grip of the tank, and we'll start breaking it down one part at a time. But just before that, let's get a closer look of the device here. Taking a look all around, you've got all these knurlings here, like I said, for you to hold and grip, and you've got two Cyclops style airflow here on each side. Pretty big. That's your drip tip there, stainless steel drip tip. Got a lot of flange here to help dissipate heat, but yet I noticed that when I push the power up, the wattage and the drip tip actually gets a little bit hot. Okay, removable though. It's a standard 510 drip tip here, and you can put in any of your own personal drip tip if you'd like to, so it fits perfectly fine. On top here you have this polished finish, which makes it look nicer, and at the sides is brushed. At the bottom here you've got your copper pin, plated with silver for better conductivity, designed in USA, engraving made by Advken, and your serial number 0883. This is an authentic device, by the way. Okay, so let's break it down, and that's your drip tip for you. Open the top here, grip the section with all these indents. Open up the top, and you have your fill port right in there. Huge fill port. And let's take out the tank right now. Adjustable airflow, and it locks. It doesn't spin around. Okay, so when you finish turning, it locks. So when you want to unscrew and open up the tank, it automatically closes the airflow. Right, so turn it anti-clockwise and something's bound to come apart. Alright, there you go. The top cap here, O-ring going up against the side of the tank for you. And next you want to bring this. I wouldn't suggest you to hold and turn, twist or anything. You might accidentally put too much pressure and crack the glass. So better to just push it like that, and your Pyrex tank comes out. And then you have this really wide diameter and also very long chimney. Okay, the reason why it's so high is because, one, it's to help in the flavor. I think it does help in giving you better flavor, one reason or another. That's the chimney there, and because it has this two very high posts, that will allow you to do dual coil, or you can stack another coil right on top of this to make it quad coil. You can do quad coil stacked up, two on each side. Yeah, and you can see these oblong shaped post holes there allow you to use thick wires, no problem at all. Alright, so let's take a look. Excuse my coils, please. Underneath my coils, I'm going to just push it up so that you can have a better look at it. You can see 4 holes here. Your airflow actually come from the bottom here when you open it like that. Okay, once you open it, you got to be very careful with the airflow control ring. Okay, I'm going to get to that shortly. Air goes in here and comes out from here right underneath your coil to cool your coil. You've got 4 big air holes there directed at your coil at the base there on each side, and that's an O-ring there. So coming to the airflow control, if you push it a little bit, you notice it's coming out. So I'm not going to push it out, because once you push it out, it's going to be very difficult to push it back in. Alright, and when you're having your tank fitted in, be very careful, because as you're pushing it and screwing it down with your right hand, your left hand pushes it, and this tends to come out. All right, so be very careful. If you can see in there, there's an O-ring underneath the hole there. Okay, and that O-ring is this O-ring, which I've accidentally broken. Thank goodness there's a spare there, so be very careful. All right, so that's the airflow control there for you. All right, to install it back, get your chimney, fit it in, screw it down. Always remembering left hand to pull this airflow control ring down and keep it down and not come up like that. And then next you want to get your tank. I wouldn't advise you to put your tank first because you're going to have a problem screwing, you know, this piece down. Okay, so hold your tank, the O-ring to the top piece, get it in first, and then you want to just fit this in and screw it down. Please excuse the rain, it's starting to rain again. We're in the rainy season, so you can hear a lot of pitter-patter outside. Just be very careful when you're turning it down, alright? So once you turn it down, screwing it down. So once that's done, fill up your juice. Once you've filled up your juice, make sure you just put it back. There's an O-ring here that seals up against, you know, the deck there on the juice fill port, so that, you know, juice doesn't leak out. And your drip tip. And one last thing before I forget to show you that comes in the spares bag is this little piece of plastic round. This is for you to actually get your atomizer and fit it onto it. If you want to use it, you know, just screw it in or push it down, whichever way you want to. And the reason why you want to put that and fit it into your mod, you know, like this, well, I'm thinking one is to prevent you from scratching the top of your mod if you have a very expensive mod, but still you get that little gap that looks like that. But mainly, the main reason for this is sometimes if you don't have that, this is going to sit flush with your mod and flat on it, and it's hard for you to try and get hold of the what I call airflow control ring. So with this, if it's seated like that, you have that space in between here on the side for you to just grip it and turn the airflow control. Alright, so basically just that's the reason why they have that plastic piece, in case you want to use it. Okay, that's how it looks like. Alright, and let me give you my thoughts, my 2 cents worth, the pros and cons of these two devices that I've just showed you up close, the Ωega tank and also the Mad Hatter Mini. We'll start off with the Mad Hatter RDA, which is really nice. I mean, you got the standard version, which is a little bit taller. This is shorter, much nicer. I like small tiny little things, you know. I like those stealth vape devices and small tiny RDAs. Even my wife is very tiny. It's just me. Alright, so I like this one, and especially, you know, with the flip top that I have here. Initially I thought, like I mentioned, I thought it was really gimmicky to have that, and you know, flip top drip and all that. I'm a creature of habits. I like to pull the whole top cap out and drip, you know, with all the other drippers. But this one, it's so easy. It makes life so easy, where I just pop it open, drip it, and then pop it back, and I'm good to go again. And I know a lot of you would say, you know, why do you want to, you know, pull out the whole sleeve? All you got to do is just drip straight from the drip tip down, because the holes are big enough nowadays with all the whiteboard drip tips, you know, it'll go straight to your cotton. I am just a creature of habits, you know, I just got used to it. I keep pulling out the top cap, but with this, it's absolutely fantastic. This one will give you not really super airy airflow like some of the RDAs where, you know, the velocity and things like that, where it's very airy. It's a little bit restricted. I would put it as medium, but the flavor is just awesome. Okay, I'm going to take a vape and show you right now. Vapor, nice. It chucks, but it's not crazy insane amount of vapor, but the flavor, I love it. Mamma mia. Nice. Alright, and the airflow, you can actually control it. If you want smaller airflow, gives you probably better flavor as well. I'm just going to turn it down smaller and see what happens. Lip smacking goodness. Really like this. This is a really nice RDA, and the fact that, you know, I love the drip tip. It's got that black delrin on top just a little bit, and then it, you know, curves slightly, and then you have the flange at the bottom. Nice touch. Looks very nice. This is a really nice RDA that I like. One more vape. I've got the stainless steel version here. I also got the black one. Don't know if I'm going to give it out. I don't think I'm going to give it out. I'm too broke, can't afford postage anymore. I've been giving out things. Let me save some money so I can afford to send it to you, alright? Okay, besides that, yeah, I give it 2 thumbs up for the Mad Hatter RDA. Very nice, very good. Okay, let's try out the Ωega tank right now. Oh, before I go on, just want to mention the hinge. Well, in case it breaks, you have a spare rod, tiny little rod in the spares bag. You can just push it through and then you're off again. Okay, so that's the Mad Hatter. The Ωega tank that I have, the RTA, top fill. Okay, some people have complained that when you do refills, it will leak out from your air holes. Okay, what I do, I don't know, it might help you guys, but I get that same thing as well, when I refill it, because the vacuum, once you open up the top cap, right, to refill, the vacuum actually sucks the juice, whatever balance in there, goes straight into the chamber and out from your what do you call, air hole. So what I would do is, normally I'll turn it upside down, let the juice drop, from the cotton on, drip down first, and then of course turn off the airflow, turn it back up, quickly open it. Yes, it's gonna suck and all that, fill it up, and then when I'm screwing down the cap again, I turn it this side after a couple of turns, turn it over, continue screwing it. So whatever air that is in there and it's being pushed out will push out from the air hole. The juice is going to drip down, and you might not, or you will get very little leaking. Okay, so that's my experience of it. Try it out, it might work. Okay, but that's what I normally do, just to be on the safe side. I don't want it to leak out. I know it's really messy, you gotta wipe it and all that, but once you start vaping on it, it's okay. So that's one one of the things there. I'm going on with the cons first. The drip tip, if I push up the power, I notice I've got it at 47 watts right now, and 0.34 ohms, and this is okay. If I push it up to maybe 50 or anything a little more than 50, it gets hot. The airflow control ring, okay, I'm not the only one who had a problem with it, but I think a lot of other people have the same problem as well. The airflow control ring, when you're opening up the tank, be very careful, don't accidentally pull it out, because for one, it's a pain to put it back in again, and then when you put it back, you're trying to adjust it, and the last time I did that, I tore my rubber. I tore my rubber, sounds so wrong. The last time I tore my rubber, she's now 8 years old. I tear the O-ring, okay, when you're adjusting it, be very, very careful. So, you turn it back and forth and then you tear the O-ring. So be very careful with the airflow control ring. Maybe they can do something about that, in the next version or something like that. So those are the few minor issues, but other than that, this tank works absolutely fantastic. The chamber is straight, big all the way, and because of that, you only get about 3 ml of e-liquid. They want it big all the way up. It's got to do probably with, giving you better flavors, because it goes straight into your mouth, whatever, flavor that's harnessed in there. And also for the fact that you've got those 2 long posts there for you to do your quad coil. For those of you who's super builders, I can't build to save my own life, simple micro coil and that's it. I'll probably do dual coils and that's about it. I would put the flavor ratings with things like those RTAs like Zephyrs or Bellas, especially lately it's just released, it's got very good flavor, things like that. All right, let me give it a vape and show you. Nice. And the flavor is really, really very good. Okay, so that's about it, I guess, for the Ωega tank. Hope I didn't miss out anything, but do check it out, the reviewers as well. So like I said, this has probably been out for a while now. In fact, the packaging is also different from the ones they sent out to the reviewers, the first batch of it, which I didn't get. And I think they were in tin boxes or those metal boxes. The foam padding in there was a little bit soft. The spare glass tank is like got cracked and all that kind of thing. So they changed the packing. This looks so much better right now. So this is probably the retail version that I got. All right, so that's about it. How much and where? I think you can easily get it from any of your vape stores out there, and I do know Steam Studio carries it, and I'm going to leave a link in the description box. You can call them. The guy who's in charge of it, who owns the shop, is called O'ega, so you can contact O'ega and ask him. Go pop by, have a look at it, like it, you can buy it. And you know, that's about it for me. I'm going to take one more vape and we'll call it a wrap. Until I talk to you again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Have a great weekend. Love you all. Bye for now.